Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the Chamber of Commerce pushing for more domestic investment. And later in sports, the Kendall Isaacs Gym empty during the Summer of Thunder basketball series. The Bahamas Tonight Weekend Edition starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley. Thanks so much for looking in. Topping the news tonight, the government plans to maintain its commitment to promoting economic growth and job creation by establishing and maintaining a stable and sustainable economic and regulatory policy environment. It's believed this will help propel market confidence in the Bahamas as a secure and appealing venue for domestic and foreign investment. But as C.S. Adderley tells us tonight, some experts feel more priority should be given to the domestic environment, with the fate of the multi-billion-dollar Baha resort still unknown.
CEO of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation, Edison Sumner, is urging the government to do more to encourage domestic investment as opposed to foreign direct investment. He feels this would avoid a similar Bahamas situation that could put the Bahamas' reputation at risk.
We cannot, as a nation, continue to rely solely on foreign direct investment to build our economy. It's going to be a significant driver. We need the foreign currency to keep our foreign reserves up and keep it at a healthy level. But we need to also be sure that the right measures are in place to encourage more domestic investments. For example, let's take the $2.53 billion or so that's being invested in Bahama. That kind of investment really could have been used to fund 10 different hotel properties throughout the country.
The Chamber of Commerce chief remains adamant that he would like to see more incentives being provided for the domestic investor to help build the economy.
Any investor coming in will still have to conduct their own due diligence, right? They've got to get their own level, their own comfort level and confidence in the economy to do business. We cannot allow a single investment or single development in the country to set the pace and the tone for other developments that are to follow.
Despite ongoing legal wrangling surrounding the Bahamian Riviera, Sumner believes the country is still a good place to do business.
This really is a commercial dispute between two private parties. It has nothing to do with the investment climate in the Bahamas. The government got involved because they have an obligation to the people to ensure that their citizens, who they're here to protect, are not being disadvantaged. They're here to protect the name and the integrity and the reputation of the Bahamas.
As it stands now, the Bahamas is said to be witnessing a relatively strong surge in foreign investment projects in both New Providence and across the archipelago. These initiatives are expected to boost economic activity and employment creation. C.S. Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Activity in the country's real estate sector is reportedly down compared to last year. President of the Bahamas Real Estate Association, Carla Sweeting, is concerned about that since the economic forecast relies heavily on gauges like real estate and construction. And she says the stalled opening of the multi-billion-dollar Baha resort isn't helping either.
Baha was the last thing that the real estate market needed. And, you know, we're also concerned with some of our agents who only work with foreign investors, whether it be buying a second home or condo or whatever the case may be. We want the Bahamas to be a good option and not for one to think about, geez, I'm not sure I want to go and invest in the Bahamas right now. So investor confidence is very much a concern.
Sweeting also lamented the real estate sector being subjected to a number of challenges like value-added tax on all transactions and the financial access of potential buyers.
Whether or not that is just the market adjusting to the implementation of that, or whether it's just the general economy, but we are definitely down in sales. You know, banks have a lot on their books, and so they are becoming a little more difficult when it comes to, and I'm speaking from a buyer, it seems they're being a little more difficult, but they are just being a little more careful. Interest rates have dropped for some of the banks, which is a plus, but sometimes in order to get those interest rates, you have to come up with a little more deposit.
A 45-year-old male visitor from Finland has been recorded as Bimini's latest traffic fatality. Bimini police confirmed the man was driving a golf cart on Kings Highway in Porky Bay around 4 o'clock this morning, along with a male passenger when he ran into the wall of an apartment complex. Authorities say both men sustained serious injuries and were taken to the Bimini clinic where they were seen by a doctor. The driver died of his injuries, and police say the passenger sustained serious injuries and was flown to the capital for further medical treatment. An investigation is ongoing. Well, something fishy was going on social media today. The video of thousands of fish washed up ashore in Greencastle, South Eleuthera was making the rounds. The 11-second video shows several men sorting through the fish, which reportedly washed ashore this morning. We've been trying to reach government officials all afternoon to confirm exactly what happened, but we were unsuccessful up to news time. But members of Greencastle's local government council and development association explained to radio director Vaughn Miller on the Bahamas Radio Network this afternoon that the fish are jacks and the process of hauling jacks is normal in this part of the Bahamas as it dates back to the 1800s. Greencastle residents described today's episode as a blessing.
That some fish came up to shore floating somewhere in the United States. And we send out pictures on WhatsApp and people just end up taking on stories, just lies, But we're investigating right now, and we're going to be seeking legal actions for the person that went on WhatsApp and on Facebook and sent this thing around. The fishermen here work so hard during the season. They put everything down to try and go out there and hustle for their family and assisting with this back to school and everything. And now when the news is going viral, people stop buying.
In other news tonight, while thousands of CLECO policyholders are still holding out hope for a resolution, there appears to be no immediate solution to the liquidation dispute. It's been 6 years now since a judge ordered the winding up of CLECO Bahamas. That move impacted more than 30,000 policyholders across the country, leaving millions of dollars in clients' funds and loans in limbo. We asked liquidator Craig Tony Gomez for an update on the matter, and he said due to a court gag order, he can't comment on the issue. However, the matter, we understand, has remained an ongoing legal issue since 2009. Now, while this may appear to be quite a lengthy legal period, we understand this is not unusual for liquidation proceedings. Meantime, policyholders protested as recently as June past. They called on the government to quickly resolve the CLECO dispute. Well, ZNS News has acquired a letter sent to staff of the Pink Sands Hotel in Harbor Island, Eleuthera, from General Manager Thomas Park, confirming that the hotel will close to the public next week, Saturday, August 15th, and will reopen November 1st. The letter stated that as of August 16th, all current and active employees will be terminated. Pink Sands management will issue vacation and termination pay, outstanding and reimbursable gratuities to employees no later than September 1st. The letter concluded that staff will be asked to reapply for employment. Earlier this week, Director of Labor Robert Farquharson informed us that the government is moving swiftly to address a trade dispute filed by the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union against the Pink Sands Resort. He said the matter is so urgent that legislation may be brought to Parliament as the job security of more than 85 employees is at stake. Pink Sands employees told our news team that national insurance has reportedly been paid, or hasn't been paid rather, in about 3 months. They're also calling on Labor and National Insurance Minister Shane Gibson to intervene to ensure employees receive the correct separation packages. Well, still ahead in the weekend edition, several high-profile funerals held in New Providence today. Details after this.